Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's August 29, 2019, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, just one event coming out of the United States at 2:30 South African time, preliminary quarterly GDP numbers coming out. Now, this is not a massive number, and I don't expect it to move the market so much, but you do want to know that it is coming out. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, British pound sells off on suspension of Parliament. Boris Johnson suspended the Parliament yesterday, sending the British pound down about 80 pips, not major, but it looks like things are going to move along there. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, gained some momentum on energy stocks. That means some of the oil stocks and such forth moved the market higher yesterday. Now, looking at the commodities, interestingly enough, gold remains strong, hasn't retraced, and oil didn't really move that much yesterday, in suspicion that maybe there'll be a hurricane this weekend, and I was expecting oil to actually rally, and it hasn't. So the question is why hasn't oil rallied in face of all these things? So we're going to take a look at that as well. And stocks trading on very light volume, not really moving much, okay? And I'm talking about across the board. Lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin breaks support. We spoke about this yesterday, that 9,500-ish level, finally breaking it, okay? And I mentioned that yesterday. It looked like it was going to break down, and sure enough, it did. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So this is what we're talking about. We rallied to the 2296-ish level, let's call it 23, and then we retraced from them quite sharply into the support previous resistance level, and we bounced off of it. Right now we're trading at 122.08. That's about an 80 pip move from our retracement level. But if you look at the trend line, we're still on an upwards trend line, okay? This is still, pretty much in consistency, okay, with a upwards trend line. So unless it breaks this area, okay, 121.80-ish level, 121.70-ish level, I still think we're going to see some bouncing on the upside, okay? It might not be a massive rally, but it could be some bouncing. And maybe this will be the end of this Brexit fiasco that Great Britain has had to endure in the past, let's say, 3 years, 4 years that they've been, throwing it around. I mean, they've been throwing it around for a decade already, but, since they passed the vote initially 3 years ago in the summer, it still hasn't fruited. Now, looking at gold, you can see we're just hovering at that 1543-ish level, okay? Not retracing whatsoever. Suffice it to say, this will continue going higher. Now, it might not happen today, but it will continue going higher. Now, this is really the resistance level that was previous support, subsequent resistance level. So this is something really to consider as that breaks higher. Now, looking at oil, I would expect this thing to shoot above this 58-ish level in anticipation to this hurricane coming into the Gulf of Mexico. So it may have waned off since then. So it might actually not fruit itself. So that's something to consider as we look there. Now, looking at the stocks, pretty much very weak. However, looking at the Dow Jones, we saw a little bit of a bounce there. We're trading at just shy of 26,000. Now, this is a minor resistance area. Okay, 26,000 being a somewhat of a resistance area, okay, a round number there. So if we do retrace off of here, I definitely, anticipate it. Now, we are going into the last week, or we are in the midst of the last week of August, which is the summer trading. Everything should start picking up next week after Labor Day. So that's something to consider, just not, taking it too aggressively there. Now, looking at Bitcoin, this is what I'm talking about. This is something that we've followed several times, okay? We're finally breaking to this 95-ish area, okay? This 99-ish area was our support area, was our Fibonacci retracement. And I kind of mentioned that every time we've bounced, we seem to be bouncing less and less, okay? We bounced initially to this area to 10,900-ish level, but the second bounce didn't bounce as high, never beat it really right there. And then at this area, finally making a lower quote unquote high, and then breaking this 99-ish area down to 96-ish area. So that's really something to consider here. Now, this is a minor supportish area right around here. Okay, we've hit it a couple of times, bounced off of it. So this may really be an area that we bounce off of it. Remember, it's light trading and things are not really being pressed so much. So keep that in mind as today unfolds. Now, if it does break this area, then we may see it back into the 9100-ish level. Okay, so something to really consider for today's trading. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.